Go. Hello, leaders. It's me, Ella, the co-founder of Lead 50/50. And this is part of our series of Linking Leaders, which is where we reach out to other women who run businesses from all different industries and see how they're coping during these crazy times to see if we can maybe learn something from each other. So I'm here today with Sarah, Sarah Cressal, who is the founder of the Creation Station, which is a fantastic business. And Sarah, would you like to tell me a little bit about what your business does?
Thanks, Ella. Hi, everyone. Hope you're keeping safe. Creation Station is about inspiring imagination. So traditionally, we've brought creativity into the lives of toddlers, preschool, schools, care homes, adults down the pub doing crafting, evening garden centres, bringing creativity alive in all people's lives.
So you go into schools and you do like clubs and parties and things like that with children, all different age groups, don't you? Like making stuff.
Yeah, arts and crafts focus. But it's, art and crafts is about, not just about what you make, but the ability to think, problem solve, make connections, feel good about it. So great for science, maths, technology, as well as, traditional arts as well.
Yeah. All those soft skills really that are being even more valuable during this lockdown time.
Absolutely. I think resilience, having something to do. I've got three lads. I started the company back in 2002 because of my three boys. And they're very much into their maths and science, but they're all taking time to do different forms of art. They're doing online graphic courses. We're sitting down together doing drawings. They're doing graffiti painting. We're doing marbling. They're using, because they've got this time and this frustration, this sense of real boredom, using it creatively. So it's just good for well-being as well. And their skills are really cool.
Yeah,
it's good fun.
It's really good for mental health, isn't it? To create really something. Good. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to ask you a leadership question, and that is, number one, what is the action that you've taken during this COVID crisis that you're the most proud of?
I think it's a good question. I think it's really about delivering the values of why I started the business all those years ago. I wanted to bring creativity into, unlock the potential within my own kids and give that to other people. And over the 18 years, bring creativity into all areas of learning, leisure and life. And because of COVID, we've been able to connect with councils, charities, lots of organisations to bring craft boxes to those people who would not normally be able to access creative experiences. And I've put together online courses so that, as well as it's all right having a box, but what you do with it, if you're in a small space or you're stressed, they thought of getting a box out with kids and doing crafts at home sounds like a nightmare. So what we've done is put together these videos with these products to make it really easy. So what I'm proud of is we've been able to reach far more people than we would normally do, because we've been able to connect with so many other charities and city councils who've been able to help fund. We've contributed to about 25% of the products for free. So we've been able to collaborate and make a bigger difference, which is ultimately what you want to do in a business, don't you? You want to make a difference and reach out to people.
Yeah, lovely. Yes, and a real opportunity in these times to do things differently, because normally you wouldn't have the time because you'd be just running on with your own business. It's successful and is growing, and you can't find the time to do those things.
Yeah, and the word business just basically means busy. You get work and you have more work to do. And I've always wanted to do that, that giving back, buy one, inspire one. And we do it. We give away loads of stuff, but we've never done it publicly, because I've always been, the more we shout about it, the more requests we get for free stuff. And, so whenever basically people have asked us for help, we've always given it. But now by putting our programs online, we can give our programs away without duplicating the work effort. And the programs we've put together are things like, we've got a lovely program for under fives, so the parent or carer can do it with the little one. And we've got workshops for school age kids around the world at the moment. So I ran a workshop, I'm in my house, I'm in my in the playroom at the moment, and this is where I started the business 18 years ago. And And I've gone back to doing online classes with the most amazing families. Yesterday I was with Louis and Theo, who was 7 and 4, and we were going around the world. We were in, what was the country we were in? We were in Australia, and we were doing Aboriginal paintings, and we drew. I asked the kids to draw where would they like to be, where would they like to go, and it's one of the questions in our programs. And one of the kids said, I'd like to go swimming. Another one said, I want to go to the moon. And we made little puppets, and we put a little slit in the picture. So the puppet was swimming and the other puppet was in the moon. And then I had to go away and make a little puppet show, do a little video recording, and upload it. We created this Facebook, Creation Station Online Inspiration, so they can share their artwork, a bit like Vision On and Tony Take Heart. You know, when you used to get your artwork shown.
Yeah, love it. And I suppose what you're doing, you're really helping parents there, aren't you? Because I mean, my children are 16, thank goodness. But having very little ones during lockdown must be, you know, quite the problem, quite the stress.
Very difficult. Yeah. I think especially for under 5s, because really hard. I mean, at least for 5 to 11-year-olds, there is some sort of schoolwork. Even though it's incredibly difficult to teach it, haven't got the time. You've probably got 1,000 things on your head, in your mind anyway. And having to be a teacher and then be the parent as well. It's I do feel
craft is something that, you know, is quite relaxing. It must be a great thing in term, not the mess, but you know, it's not like maths. You don't have to feel guilty as a parent that you don't understand the maths. Brilliant. What has this crisis revealed anything to you about yourself? Something you've learned about yourself?
I think I always knew I was creative and a creative thinker, and I think I've realized that I am definitely creative and a good problem solver. So we've pivoted, I think is a word that's used a lot now. We've obviously changed our classes from physical to online, but we've also created products to send the craft packs. We've looked at doing free resources and just being able to see opportunities, not just dive in, but to assess them. Because in this situation, we almost feel like we need to make decisions really quickly, which we do, but we need to have a gap between the idea and the implementation, because it's really easy to dive in. And over the years, I've been guilty of diving in, seemed like great, and then you go, hadn't thought of that. And that's fine, because obviously until you do things, you don't always know what's going to happen.
Especially now, because everything is changing so rapidly on a day-to-day basis. So you might have a solution for a problem that you had yesterday, and today that problem's changed because you know, the lockdown has been extended, or they've put in new rules, or so it's almost, I'm having to say to myself, just wait, because it's mentally exhausting to come up with constant solutions, because we are naturally solution solvers, aren't we? Problem solvers. But everything, you can't, there's not a level playing field, is it? It's a real learning for me, it's a learning in being present and being okay with uncertainty and not having to solve every single thing now.
So I think I also really value, and I'm pretty self-aware, you know, I like being creative. I know I'm good at problem solving. I do like challenges. I know this is tough. I love challenges. I love putting myself, being out my comfort zone. But I so value a physical exercise. I always have, you know, that space. I'm very lucky that I can still go to work, run a warehouse. So I'm just running it with my 3 lads who've been brilliant. I'm able to cycle to work. We're lucky enough to live in, you know, gorgeous Devon. So I can go for a run. That physical exercise has always been a massive positive in my life. Just space.
All right. And finally, I've got one more question. Is there which female leader do you most admire? Is there anyone who's inspired you?
There's probably 2 women that come to mind. When I was 13, my mum gave me Anita Roddick's biography. And when I was I lived in Liverpool at the time, and I couldn't believe that you could run a business based on value. And I guess somewhere in the back of my head, I must have logged that. And hence Creation Station was all about making a difference through creativity. And still to this day, I still think she's probably for me, one of the first women that stood out and said, actually, I want to deliver my purpose, but I'll do it through, not through charity, I'll do it through driving a successful business.
Yeah,
and I really admire that.
And she didn't start, I seem to remember, she didn't start her business till she was in her mid-30s, did she?
Yeah.
Which is quite inspirational. And who's the second one?
And the other woman would be my mum. Just her amazing, positive attitude. I rang her up. She lives in Liverpool. She's 84. She's living by herself. She's not got the greatest of health. So I visit, video her every day. I rang and she said, "Oh, I had the most amazing day today." She's sat in her flat. She can't get out. It's a small, and she'll tell me something amazing, like, I don't know, somebody. She's been able to get math 3 times today on the iPad, or somebody put a note through the door to see if she wanted any shopping, or somebody's just, and she has just a great positive attitude. I know she goes down and up as well, like all of us.
Yes.
But she finds the positives, and she's brought me up with that mindset. So I think she's awesome.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for your time, Sarah. It's lovely to speak to you, and your positivity has lifted me. So thank you so much. And hopefully we can get together when this is finished and have a drink.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that bubbling in the background. Don't know if you can hear it.
Is it?
Okay. It's basically about 30 bottles of wine that the kids have made brewing in the cupboard next to me.
Wow, right. So, I'll be round yours as soon as I'm allowed. I'm coming round.
Definitely be round. Good to see you.
Sarah.
Keep safe.
Bye. Bye, leaders. Oh, hang on.